Boys. Can you hear me? Yo. I can hear everything again. Yeah, we good? Bro, I don't know what the fuck happened. What's going on, man? Bro, I started to talk about specific topics and my stream got nuked again. I don't know. That's so insane. What happened? I don't know. I all of a sudden didn't have any access to the internet and my mic was cut off from my PC. Like completely, for no particular reason. I couldn't even reconnect it. But now it's okay again, I guess. What shall we do, bro? Shall we chill a little bit on X? See what's goody. Let's just chill on X a little bit. Scroll a bit. Yeah, we're gonna chill a little bit. Was a good stream. Was fun. First stream also. After a long time. But I'm surprised I could keep up. Like, I was quite surprised. I thought I would do much worse. I didn't even try so hard, I must say. So did you see what happened with this Ethan fucking guy, bro? Did you guys see that? Let me pull it up. Okay, this is my chat. And now we want the other screen. Yes. Ethan Klein had an old Reddit account named Pedo Troll, where he agreed with with a post in Israel which suggested that Palestinians are monkeys. Okay. What a bastard. Do you know this guy? He's pretty famous, if I'm honest. Ethan fucking something. So this is Europe and this is Israel. I suppose the apes are the Palestinians living among the Israelis. Looks like someone found Ethan Klein's old Reddit account and it's a doozy. That Negro child sure is elastic. Reminds me of when I stand in front of the mirror and twist my hips so my dick dances around in circles. Usually stops like he did too when it hit my 2-year-old in the face. Hä? Bro, that guy has a son. What does he mean when it hits my 2-year-old in the face? Did you not know Ethan was Jewish? I knew this for years. I mean, I didn't really look into this guy. He was just a random dude for me. But, Bro, how can you say, even as a, like, he says it was trolling, but how can you, when you have a 2-year-old son, write on the internet that you twist your hips in front of the mirror and your dick hits your son in the face? He usually stands under me asking me what I am doing. I just tell him daddy is dancing. That is next level, bro. Poor child. His content used to be funny at one time. Yeah, okay, but like, I don't know, someone needs to take away his children. Even Klein's old Reddit account was pedo troll. Mr. President, would you send naked photos invasive genital groping you choose? Touch little boys. What socially inappropriate thing are you frequently tempted to do? Touch little boys. I don't believe he's trolling. I believe he does that. He didn't have kids back then. Well, 15 years ago. This one, 15 years ago. I don't know from when the one is where he wriggles his dick in front of the mirror, though. No idea. For your thoughts on Charlie Kirk and his political views, I personally despise him. I think he acts base until it's about Jewish people or Israel. Like, he's not gonna admit they did 9/11. He's not gonna admit that they killed JFK. He's just not gonna do it. And when it's about the Epstein files, all of a sudden he's gonna say, yeah, you know what, I don't care about it anymore. Yeah. We know that he got a call by Trump, by the way, which is confirmed. The Trump administration literally called right-wing influencers, which he is considered to be. That's why I always said this right wing and left wing is all infiltrated, bro. You have obviously these guys on the left wing and you have these guys on the right wing, and coincidentally, they are always the biggest. Always. By the way, it is 100% confirmed to be Ethan. He posted many now deleted private videos. Look, it's my channel and it's one of the only ways I can get original views. I didn't realize I was causing you problems and I apologize, but this was original content. If you watch it, not just the end, you'll see that. Okay. Whatever. Last night, every post was deleted. Okay, so basically, the people found his account, and then he deleted all the tweets, but it doesn't really help anymore because everyone probably screenshotted already everything. His children are young, and he already had death threats and people falsely reporting his family because of Hassan and his viewers. He had CPS come in to try to take his kids and stuff. Yeah, but he seems to be a pedophile. To be honest. Or would you disagree? I don't know. He seems to be a pedophile. I don't know what to say. He seems to be a pedo. Hello, bro. Been a while since catching your stream. Yeah, we had a good Tekken stream all day. It was fun. Really fun. I disagree because that type of trolling was pretty common 15 years ago. Internet was super edgy. The thing is, I would agree if it was a different person. With him, I don't agree not because he is Jewish, and I know that all the Jewish people flee to Israel when they are exposed of pedophilia. It's more the case that he was being accused of pedophilia basically for the past fucking 10 years. And when you then after 15 years basically discover his pedo troll account, you know, not everyone is getting accused of pedophilia. That's just something that not everyone gets accused of. And then when you have something like that, which comes out way later, the people didn't start to call him a pedo because of this. That's why I would say it's more unlikely that he is not. I wouldn't target his family over allegations. Well, that is a philosophical question, in my opinion. Targeting his family sounds like you want to attack his family, but no one wants to attack. But if someone did, that obviously is bad. But it's more like you want to defend the family from him. It's like saying you have woman getting S8. Yeah, people have done that. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like protecting his own family from him. Not saying fucking you should attack his family. What for? That makes no sense. But let me put it into perspective. For example, you have women that do false allegations about SA, and you have men that do SA. So now you got to balance out believing women in order to protect women, and believing men in order to protect false SA allegations which happen all the time. For some reason, people always pretend that you need to choose one side, but it's not like that. Like when you are trying to be pro only one side, you give injustice to the other. It's kind of the same similar case here, but with him, there is too many same allegations over a long period of time, and continuously the same topic rolls up from himself. Like a few years back already, the pedophilia shit he had, and now again with this account. It draws a specific picture, bro. At some point, it's like saying, yeah, the Jews don't control Hollywood. Then I say, yeah, but everything points towards that. It's not an allegation anymore. When you can just see the dots and connect them, you get the picture. And with then some other people can say, no, I want now fucking CNN to say that this is the case. Obviously, that's not going to happen. So, same with this guy. I can't fucking bring now a report and say, here, pedophile. I can see over a long period of time specific dots, and when I connect them, it spells out the word pedo. That's how I see it, at least. What happened with Destiny, by the way? What happened with Destiny? There's a weird, like, this here is actually so real. Like, all pro-Israeli supporters are pedophile. Obviously, all is exaggeration, but when you think about it, Destiny is also someone like him. Destiny got accused of pedophilia for a long time, and he supported Israel. And then it came out that he's a pedophile. The main man likes Destiny, I heard. I wonder if he cares about that pedo shit. Not familiar with the law on Destiny? Oh, that's just one click away. You wanna see it? He basically texted, had sex messaging with a minor. Confirmed she was 17, but he knew her from before already. And he also had like 200 gigabytes of basically porn material of underage girls. 200 gigabytes. That he admitted himself. That's pretty insane. 200, yeah, 200 gig. I don't know, when do you watch even 200 gig? No idea. No idea. We can look up the Destiny stuff a little bit, if you want. More in detail. Maybe the kids weren't fit for camping near a river if they couldn't swim. Destiny and Nick. Oh, did you see what happened with his son? Is this gonna be a conspiracy stream? Conspiracy? No, not really. You decide after the stream. Who is Nick? I don't know which Nick he means though. Bro, so let me tell you. Destiny's son made a Twitter account and basically shit-talked his own father and that he never wants to be like him. And that he's basically ashamed that he is a pedo. And that he thinks that Hitler was right with the things he said about the world. Can you believe it? Is it really? Yeah, it's really him. It's really him. How do you know? Everyone knows. It's just his account. He went live. He streamed also with his face cam and everything. How do you know? Yeah, just his son, bro. You know, on video and everything. It's not like just a random account posting and it's his name. It's like literally him. Yeah, a lot of weird shit is happening. A lot of weird shit. Do you want to see what his son is saying? Bro, you have to see the stuff that his son is tweeting, bro. That is so insane. Oh, wait a minute. They did a stream together?
Based. Let's fucking go. And that's why we love him. That's why we love this guy.
Okay.
Destiny's son Lowell.
I don't know. I don't want to get mixed up in that because you know what happens when you got kids is when you're 14 years old, okay, people got to lay off this guy. He's 14 years old. You know, people are on his Twitter. Oh, he's a Nazi. He's this, he's that. He's on a show. Look, he's 14 years old. And I'm not saying that to belittle him. He seems like a very intelligent young guy and seems very precocious. So I'm not belittling him. When you're 14, I still believe you're a young man, but people should really be considerate and not treat it like a big spectacle.
Bro, at 14, what would you say? Were you a retard at 14? I was. Bro, I swear at 14, bro, I didn't give a shit about anything. I found some tweets. No way, bro. His son got suspended off Twitter now. His account is gone. That is insane. How can you get banned from Twitter so quickly? I found a stream with him. Here is his. This is his son. This is Destiny's legit son. Watch him.
You've been saying that you're a groiper now. What is it like? What is the main thing that made you decide to become a groiper? Like, was there a certain thing that made you decide to join the movement?
I don't know. I just feel like those are the final people on the internet that I can kind of relate to. I'm not allowed to join Hassan's Discord anymore. I was banned there for trolling. I'm exiled from DCG Discord. No one in the DCG chats talks to me anymore. DCG hates me on Twitter. They banned me in the Reddit. Yeah, so the groypers are kind of the final people I can come to, and I agree with most of them, and I find myself finding commonality with most of them being around my age or a little bit older.
You've been.
I swear to God, if I would see him, I would think maybe 18. Maybe 18, until he opens his mouth. The Nazis were protecting the West by invading Poland. The Reich was a blockade against the USSR, and the rest of Europe. They took up all responsibilities of the failing Polish government, and they stated this explicitly multiple times. Hitler is a hero. Yeah. She likes Hitler. That is crazy though, when your dad is like that, and then you are like that. Like complete opposite. Man, this is so weird. There's a lot of stuff on Destiny. I look if there, like his son, I look if there is anything interesting, but he's basically saying that, yeah, Jews are controlling the media, brainwashing the youth, LGBTQ is Jewish, and stuff like this. Maybe he does this just to piss off his dad. Yeah, but why would you use that specifically? I think he really believes it. You would like piss off your dad with something else, let's be honest. Hitler. With 14. I'm looking if there's something interesting we can keep watching. Doesn't look like it. Do you want to see the fucking shooter fucking stuff? Man, there's actually a lot of fucking stuff we can look. Trans shooter. So the trans shooter situation is super weird. Like super weird. You will not believe this one. So basically, that is the shooter that went into a church and basically killed people. But the very weird thing about this person is they are basically saying it is an anti-Semitic hate crime. Because he had on his AR-15, whatever he used, like he wrote stuff like this for the children. 6 million was not enough, and kill Trump and stuff like that. And basically, yeah, here 6 million wasn't enough. Obviously, that's referring to the Holocaust. And where he was living, in his proximity, there was synagogues, but he went into a church which was way further away. So I don't understand how this is an anti-Semitic hate crime if he killed Christians. I don't know about that Jewish thing though. I don't know like who is like how do you know that he is Jewish? I didn't find anything that points to that.
Year-old Robin Westman was able to leave what police called a video manifesto that they're now going through to try and establish motive. We've also been going through it and can tell you there are crude diagrams of the church. There are also photos of the weapons, and they include all sorts of writings, the names of past mass shooters, criticism of Israel, the name of President Trump.
Criticism of Israel, writing stuff against Jewish people, kills Christians in a church. Huh? Does that make sense to you?
Written on the guns, there are also racial slurs, nihilistic statements, all painting the picture of a disturbed individual who carried out this mass shooting on the first week of school at the Annunciation Church in Minneapolis. 3-year-old Robin Westman.
Let's just look at what he wrote. So basically his enemies. Who are his enemies? What the hell is that? A'udhu billah minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. What the hell? Is this how he sees himself? Any Russians? What does that say? No more Tekken. No, I am done for today. I'm chilling. Had a good stream. We let the Muslims and the Jews run rampant. If Christians turn radical, the work will change. Bro, tell me, what does that say here? Does anyone know? Any Russians? Where is that written? That is basically what he was writing in his, like, whatever the fuck, man. I don't want... Eh? I feel like there is some kind of good God or higher force controlling me. Okay, wait a minute, coach. God ain't controlling you to go into a church and kill some Christian people praying. Like, that is most likely Satan. How does he... So... Okay. Nice. Interesting. So that's God's fault now. God, guys. It is God. Most sane trans individual. Who am I? When did this happen? Help me. I don't know. Who am I? When did this happen? Help me. I don't know. Well, yeah, transgender people are mentally ill, bro. That's just the truth. Like, what shall I tell you, man? Maybe there is like a low percentage of them which are normal human beings, but majority of them, I don't believe that they are normal. I gotta admit, I really think they are ill. So, okay. I sometimes notice how I suddenly start writing things that I don't even think of myself. It's as if someone is putting these thoughts in my head. I used to think that all of this was nonsense, but now I am not so sure. Maybe this is really some kind of higher mind that communicates with me this way. I often notice how my body does things automatically, as if by itself. I can just walk down the street and suddenly realize that I don't even remember how I got there. It scares me, but at the same time, it makes me curious. Maybe people are all controlled like this, but they don't notice. Maybe I am the only one who has noticed it, and that is why I feel special. But I don't know if that's good or bad. That's so fucking weird, bro. I am controlled by this computer. I feel like this device is making me write my thoughts. This notebook is just a way to organize my thoughts. Okay. So he doesn't know if he is really... It's like he is in the Truman Show. Sounds like some MK Ultra shit, yeah. But we need to know more about his life, where he went to, what he did. And MK Ultra victims always have symbolism attached to them, always. They have 2 names most of the time. They have always an alias. Sasha Fierce, for example, for Beyonce. Cardi B, Bardi, and fucking... they all have it. So I don't know if something about him is known. And you will see also butterflies. Like always, somewhere, somehow. Either on the clothes, or as a tattoo, or... There will definitely be a butterfly if it is a real MK Ultra victim. I think I've never seen an MK Ultra victim without butterfly symbology around them. You know what makes this statistic so problematic? It is that trans people are a very low percentage of the population in America and the world. So from that population, you have a very high amount of people that do this stuff. So therefore, they just statistically are ill. You know, just by statistics alone, they are mentally ill. It's a no-brainer, bro. You just have to look at them and you know they are ill. Medusa, I really thought you're not gonna stream for a year. Nah, I'm back. So that is the person. Kill Donald Trump. Defend equality. Okay. Isn't that Arabic? In the corner? What does that say? That one. Why would he go from Russian to Arabic? It says Naroji. What does that mean? It's his journal something. He left that basically for the world. Nothing. It means nothing. Okay. Maybe there's more. Ah, this is what he is referring to himself. He says he's nothing. And on the next page he says most ignored. 6, 9. Okay, that here though has some symbology. You know what that is, right? That one. From above, so below, basically. You don't have to believe it, obviously, but that's just the meaning of it. Ah, it doesn't mean anything, you say. Okay, okay. I thought it meant nothing. Muhammad what? Muhammad Gaddafi. Muhammad Gaddafi. This is getting weird, bro. 2002 towards 2025. Short in it. 2002 to... Sick fuck. Murder. Ha ha ha. A villain. And some dick pictures. Drawings, I guess. And, oh, he wrote nigger also. What the hell is that? Hello? Why does this geezer now have a weapon? Is that himself? I can't believe this shit. How crazy is this? I think we found an insane rabbit hole here. This is basically the shooter. Filming him. But this guy is possessed? That was, I think that is oil for the weapon. You know, when inside of the chamber, they use oil. But I'm not a weapons expert, so I just think it is. It's probably for the weapon. That's the church that he went to shoot up the people. Damn, when was this? This is like a few days. 2-3 days, maybe? So, what's the conclusion here? Bro, if I'm honest, I saw like some accounts posting this and writing anti-Semitic hate crime. Because he also like wrote stuff about Jewish people on his weapon, 6 million was not enough and stuff like this. But my problem with that is that he apparently hates everyone, first of all. He writes stuff about black people. He writes stuff about Jews. But he goes and kills Christians. So how is it a hate crime towards Jewish people? Just because, like, for example, you have like 3 ethnicity groups that he attacks. Also Chink, I think he wrote also. So you have like racism towards black people, racism towards fucking Jewish people, racism towards Asian people, and he kills Christians. But from all the people that he supposedly hates, they single out for some reason the Jewish people and say it's an anti-Semitic hate crime. I don't understand how that works. Right-wing white nationalist. So how is he a right-wing? How is he a white nationalist? He killed white people. But they want to like put this on the anti-Semitism and stuff like, huh? Ben Shapiro. Wish I never brainwashed myself. Minnesota school shooter said he was tired of being trans. Wait a minute, was it in a school or was it in a church? I'm so confused. I think we need to read a little bit more. The day before the shooting was exposed, the American Medical Association negligence on regret data the morning of we exposed the Armas trans expert, admitting there's no true psychiatric assessment done before transing a kid. What is the bigger picture here? I don't get it. When I get my degree, gender dysphoria was a mental health disorder. Now they tell us it's normal to think you are a girl when you are a boy. It's not normal. Gender dysphoria is a mental health disorder. Yeah, I mean, it is just... Of course it is a mental health disorder. It doesn't matter how many Lily players want to tell us it's not. Or Anna player. I regret being trans. I wish I was a girl. I just know I cannot achieve that body with the technology we have today. I also can't afford that. I am the woker baby. Why so curious? Something about this whole situation is so weird. Anybody who is using this as an opportunity to villainize our trans community or any other community out there has lost their sense of common humanity. We should not be operating out of place of hate for anyone. They may just say it. Bro, trans people are crashing out and killing people and going on shootouts. And the major is concerned about transphobia. You can't make it up. I swear you can't make it up. You know what I really believe? Slowly. Because let's be honest, all these things that they put in our faces all the time, and they are like basically pushing the trans hate lately a lot. They want this to happen. I think like they are done now with them. You know, with this whole agenda, and they just want to drive them against the wall. And they don't give a shit about them, to be honest. Like the state that encouraged the people that would fall for this, like, psyop, transing yourself and all this shit. They will be left alone now, and a lot of people will probably do something to themselves or to other people. I see a big crash coming. Yeah, the crash is already here, to be honest. What do you think? It's so obvious, no? Anyone trying to blame the blame game when a shooting happens and say which side the shooter was on is a fucking retard? Read their comments, their manifesto, they're not right or left wing, they're insane. These people transcend politics and operate in a realm of psychosis. Asmon doesn't say that when it's a Muslim. Asmon Gold. Bro, you know, people will find this offensive, but this sums up basically what happened. He himself said that he is frustrated that he will never be a girl. Because let's be honest, when they say that you are misgendering me and yeah, but what women are, like trans women are not real women, do you want to say that and stuff, and they are so like bent up about it, it's because they know they are not women. But they want you to reaffirm it for them. And the government helped them for some time, so they went into this like transitioning shit. But along the lines, bro, yeah, you will never be a girl. You are a dude. And then he writes in his own manifesto, obviously he thought this is God, that God is telling him to do this.
Hey y'all, today I'm gonna be
Y'all. I have a phobia against y'all. I used to like that word. But for some reason a lot of retards start their sentences with that word, y'all.
Hey y'all, today I'm gonna be reading the Amana electric dryer user manual.
Honestly, he could have been a handsome dude, no? I feel a bit sorry for him.
Dryer safety. Your safety and the safety of others are very important. We have provided many important safety messages in this manual and on your appliance. Always read and obey all safety messages.
Nice nails. He has a good jaw. Yeah. Okay, it was a Catholic school. And in Catholic schools, you have basically a church room. Now I get it. Okay. Remove kebab. We was kangs. We was kangs and shit. It was pharaohs and shit. No, actually, we are the real Jews. You know when black people do that? Is this rage bait? The mother of Minneapolis trans school shooter Mary Grace Westman requests for people to respect her son's preferred pronouns. He went by she, her. Is this rage bait? I think this is rage bait.
Extraordinary things, but they never should have been put in that position in the first place. This was a madman. He was an all-purpose hater, by the way. Hated groups left, right, you name it. There's no way to pin an ideology on this, and I think people should remember this as the facts come out about this manifesto. But what I learned from this, once again, is that guns, and we're a proud hunting state. There's a lot of law-abiding gun owners in Minnesota, but there's guns.
This can't be real, bro. It is pretty real. It is pretty real. But I still don't know. No, there is something about this is not normal. It's not your average homicide. Exist. Always on the front lines, my G. MK Ultra. Yeah, but I didn't see any MK Ultra symbolism yet. I only saw like from above so below 6-9, but I didn't see no butterflies. I didn't like. There's not much.
Got more Jew gas taped on this end.
Jew gas. Jew gas.
Got more Jew gas taped on this end. This will be for the emergency exit. Pop it through the hand. Oh, there's Garfield.
That photo is fucked up. He looks like a Roblox character. Yeah, people say I have a Roblox fucking face, bro. I don't have a Roblox face. That is a Roblox face. Death before detransition. So, what is that? Fucking clips and estrogen bottles. Medus, your Instagram pics looks inhuman, I can't lie. Like you have a filter, huh? You look better on camera. Thank you, bro.
after that gunman opened fire on children praying at a mass in a Minneapolis Catholic school.
Yeah, look at this. It's him looking into a mirror. This is what he's seeing.
This is a representation of how he's seeing himself.
That's psychotic scribbling.
Yeah, that's demonic sigillings. That to me looks exactly like what demons write. When people that are demon possessed, they write stuff that looks just like that.
This whole transsexual movement is massively beneficial to that program. You want to talk about a dramatic change so you no longer recognize the individual in the mirror, which will allow you to slip into this disassociative state even deeper. I don't know what else you could do besides changing your gender.
And you know, the demons will oftentimes refer to themselves as they, them, or us, or we. But people don't know that. They think that they, them is oh, it's my title. No, it's not. You have.
Wait a minute. Let's put ourselves into the position of this person. I never understood, like, all the people that have this. And the ones that have this title, they, them, they are the most crazy ones that I encounter online. They, them. What do you mean with they? Like, you are standing there and want to be referred to as a plural. But you are not multiple people. And then I looked into, like, this they, them shit, and apparently there is something also called two souls. So basically they say there is like someone with them. Bro, that shit is so weird. I could never, like, hey, you got to be out of your fucking mind to, like, that you even demand someone calls you they. Like, they. That's not normal. Nah, that they is, they have different modes, bro. Not male, not female is not specifically they.
Demon, and you're unaware that you have something to.
And also, like, how is being not female or not male two souls? Like, two souls has nothing to do with gender. How, like, you are literally saying that there is a different, another being inside of you that is not the one that I am currently speaking to. That is weird. Two souls. So, bro, people that refer to themselves as this or say that they have two souls, I think they are dangerous. I wouldn't want to be around them.
Demonic inside of you. That's the scary part. These people don't know that they are demonically being influenced. That's the really concerned part, because they're under this influence without being aware of it. That's what's called being spellbound. They are under demonic control.
Well, the thing is, this person was saying himself that he was under some sort of control, but he called it God. Baphomet in action, bro. There's like some trans shooter. He says like God is demanding of me to do of the fucking this and that, and I need to. Okay, trans shooter was anti-Semitic, so that is the claim. Because he had like a grenade or some fucking tear gas or some shit. He called it like Jew gas. And he said 6 million was not enough. Facts. Nearest synagogue is 1 mile away or a 3-minute drive from him. 12 active synagogues within a 10-mile radius of transgender school shooting. But the shooter coincidentally missed all the synagogues and went to a Christian school. She is Jewish, I suppose? Yeah. Wasn't the shooter Jewish? I don't know why they say this. What did you guys find that makes this connection? So far it's unclear, albeit Westman is a common Ashkenazi name and the Jews like to steal just as they stole the name Ashkenaz. Yeah, but this is... as long as there is no clear evidence, then... What percentage of transgender people in the US have attempted suicide? I would say 40% maybe? That's true, by the way. That is true. The LGBTQ movement has been pushed by Jewish people, that's true. That really is true, I swear that is true. I'm gonna read this to my kids in the future. Hate to say it, but there is statistics on the mic. Ah, okay. I think it is from my first screen. I need to change that one also. Let me see if I can find a good way. Better than this, I can't make it. I don't think he was Jewish. I'm gonna put this here now. I don't know why they say that. Like, I would be the first person to love to say that he was Jewish, but if he's not Jewish, he's not Jewish. Why lie? What's the point? I don't think he was Jewish. No, his mother was proven Jewish. Where? How? I didn't see anything. If you have the link, send it, but... I don't know why they do this, bro. Where is the evidence? There is legit no evidence of that person being Jewish. Kirschfeld started... But it... Kirschfeld started it around 1999. Yeah, okay, no. His name was not Kirschfeld, though. Hirsch. I know that they did the transgender movement. The Jewish people. I know that. But that guy is just not Jewish. yeah, okay, the LGBTQ movement is Jewish. That's true. But that guy is not Jewish.
To use the term.
Yeah, this is the person that you're talking about, Hirschfeld. This is the person that invented the wheel, basically. He had like he wrote books about cross-dressing and did the first transing surgery in Germany, and the Nazis went and destroyed his facility, and they burnt his books that were about LGBTQ. So the origin of LGBTQ is Jewish. It's true. And the mother of Pride, the Pride movement that you know now, and the Pride Month, she was Jewish also. He was a German, yeah, he was a German Jew. Like, you have obviously everywhere different types. This is a German person, but he is Jewish. He's not a German, he is a Jewish German. That's what you call Ashkenazi. Ashkenazi is German Jew. And you have this situation, and then they take the flag, the rainbow flag. And the rainbow flag is this like symbol for LGBTQ. And that is coincidentally the flag of the Noahide laws in Judaism. And in Judaism, it is normal to have multiple genders. It is normal to have like transgenderism. It is normal to have like, it's just all normal in their religion. They have 8 genders by default. They have non-binaries by default. So it's not like Christianity or Islam. So, and since they basically own everything, they can obviously deploy their ideology into society because they own society. So this is the person that kicked this off.
Magnus Hirschfeld, the first man to use the term transgender and the leading homosexual advocate of the 19th century, who argued homosexuality was an inborn and natural form of human sexuality that ought to be embraced. In 1919, he opened the Institute for Sexual Science.
This Institute for Sexual Science is the one where they show the famous pictures of the Nazis throwing books onto like you can basically, they make like a big pile of books and then they burn them, and they say they burned knowledge, but this was part of the knowledge. And another books that they burned was on these were raids. And this was one of the raids. The other raids were, not gonna lie, I swear to God, this sounds maybe weird to some people, but Hitler said that the Jews, with the help of the Freemasons, are trying to do a world takeover. And then they basically, they did this. They went into all the Freemasonry lodges and they burnt the books of them. And in Freemasonry lodges, you have Torahs, because Freemasonry and Judaism is basically the same.
Science, dedicated to campaigning for the spreading of pornography into schools and broadcasting homosexual propaganda films in Germany, highlighting cross-dressing.
So this situation here is also interesting because basically Hitler said that Jewish people own the media and the newspapers and the theater shows, and that they try to influence the youth of them with this messaging of like transgenderism and homosexuality, and they pack it into the medias so that he called it something, it's called Weltanschauungskrieg. And Weltanschauungskrieg is in English a fight for your worldview. And they do this till this day.
And drag culture. Hirschfeld also was the first operator of sex change operations, brutally mutilating mentally ill patients and adding their genitalia to his personal collection of penis-enclosed jars around the world.
Bro, that is so crazy. So this guy does trans surgeries and puts the dicks into jars like trophies.
In 1921, Hirschfeld teamed up with the most prominent and successful rabbis in Germany, including mega patron Karl Abraham, launching the World League of Sexual Reform. They held a systematic platform on brainwashing the upcoming generation of German youth through a masturbatory curriculum with the written goal of making young German boys cheap prostitutes as a sign of cultural and sexual triumph. But in 1933,
yeah, this was also one of the very important things that they encouraged masturbation a lot as well. So, you know how nowadays, who owns Instagram? Who owns Facebook? Who owns all these platforms? They all push porn. Wherever you go, you see porn. You get reminded of it constantly. They need this for some reason.
National Socialists took power in Germany, and on May 6, 100 students stormed the Institute of Sexual Science and destroyed his monument to degeneracy, permanently closing the building and burning his grand library of pornography he planned to showcase to the German youth. Immediately, there was a halt and disintegration of drag queens, sex change operations, and the pimping of starving children. All of this is to say, history is written by the winners, and more often used as a tool to conceal important patterns they don't want you to notice. And all of the hysterics and delusion on gender we see today has happened before. So the solution, therefore, might be the same. It may have to be thrown into the fire.
With the solution might be the same, he doesn't mean to do a genocide, he means burning the books and like basically destroying this ideology. But I ask you directly, do you think LGBTQ was a net positive to society or a net negative? Your call. I ask. What do you think? Well, there's one Hitler speech here. It goes 4 minutes. And Hitler talks about like all of this like in 4 minutes. Like very quick. There's a people that hijacked every position in society, blah, blah, blah. They push degeneracy into our youth. And they have the shares on everything. They own the government behind the scenes. They are pedophile. Bro, this is so crazy. This topic is too deep for a simple answer, in my opinion. No. The way I asked it was very simple. Because I said, weigh out the positives to the negatives and then come to a conclusion whether it is more positive or more negative. It's A or B? Can you share the clip? I want to hear it. It's in German though, you will not understand. Okay, let me see. Next generation is gonna suffer. The thing is, the longer the people don't say anything against it, the worse it gets for humanity. So, Weimar Germany, imagine it was the peak of LGBTQ. And now we are back there. And that's why the people are going against it again. Ich verstehe Deutsch, Bruder. Okay, I can show it. Let me see. How do you find media? In Discord. And we post so much. I posted it in general chat. Bro, someone talked with me about this clip, and it was someone I would have never believed he would agree with this. There's so many people agreeing with this, it's actually insane. But what he's saying there is just true. You can say like maybe, okay, I don't like Hitler, he's a bad person and all this stuff. But this specific thing, what he is saying though, I just want you to know, like just pay attention to what he is saying. If you agree with it or not. Can someone pin it? Sebos, can you pin it? It was in general chat. I'm scrolling and scrolling. Exist, can you ring my phone? I need to find my phone. What are we looking for? Remember when I sent like a 4-minute video of that Hitler speech? When you guys were talking about fucking whether he was a bad guy, whether he was a good guy, whether he was a neutral guy, there was like some people arguing about Hitler. I think that's also the last thing we're gonna watch, then I go and get some sleep. Oh, it is 11 only? Boah, my sleep schedule is fucking sick, man. Very happy about it. Ringing. I can't hear it. Shit. It didn't allow me to find it out in a different way. I wrote in your DC chat and pinged it. I kiss your heart. You are the best. Thank you. Okay, boys, enjoy and tell me what you think about it. It's 5:44. When you want to go back, I can go back and then you can listen to it. We can talk about it and then let's see if you agree or not.
Ja, das deutsche Volk war ja damals eine Demokratie vor uns. Und es ist ausgeplündert und ausgepresst worden. Nein, was heißt für diese internationalen Hyänen Demokratie oder autoritärer Staat? Das interessiert die gar nicht. Es interessiert sie nur eines. Ist jemand bereit, sich ausplündern zu lassen? Ja oder nein? Ist jemand dumm genug, dabei stillzuhalten? Ja oder nein? Und wenn eine Demokratie dumm genug ist, dabei stillzuhalten, dann ist sie gut. Und wenn ein autoritärer Staat erklärt, ihr plündert unser Volk nicht aus, weder innen noch außen, dann ist das schlecht. In diesen Ländern regiert tatsächlich das Kapital. Sie reden von der Freiheit der Presse. In Wirklichkeit hat jede dieser Zeitungen einen Herrn. Und dieser Herr ist in jedem Fall der Geldgeber. Diese Presse moduliert nun die öffentliche Meinung. Diese Parteien unterscheiden sich so wenig voneinander, als sie früher bei uns voneinander unterschieden haben. Sie kennen sie ja, die alten Parteien. Das war immer eines und dasselbe. Nun müsste man doch meinen, dass vor allem in diesen Ländern der Freiheit und des Reichtums ein unerhörtes Wohlleben für das Volk bestehen müsste. Es ist aber umgekehrt. In diesen Ländern der sogenannten Demokratie wird ja überhaupt gar nicht das Volk in den Mittelpunkt der Betrachtung gerückt. Was entscheidend ist, ist ausschließlich die Existenz dieser paar Macher der Demokratie. Das heißt also, die Existenz dieser paar hundert gigantischen Kapitalisten, die im Besitz ihrer ganzen Werke, ihrer ganzen Aktien sind und die letzten Endes damit diese Völker ausschließlich dirigieren, die breite Masse interessiert sie nicht im Geringsten. Es sind die Einzigen, die wirklich als internationale Elemente anzusprechen sind, weil sie überall ihre Geschäfte betätigen können. Es ist eine kleine, wurzellose, internationale Clique, die die Völker gegeneinander hetzt, die nicht will, dass sie zur Ruhe kommen. Sie können uns unterdrücken! Sie können uns meinetwegen töten! Kapitulieren werden wir nicht! Juden. Sie haben das für einen Spaß gehalten. Sie lachen heute nicht mehr. Sie wissen, es ist ein blutiger Ernst geworden. Es war das ein Kampf, besonders aber auch gegen das Volk, das in unserem Land schon fast allmächtig zu sein schien. Der Kampf gegen das Judentum. Eine satanische Macht, die von unserem ganzen Volk Besitz ergriffen hatte. Die alle Schlüsselstellungen des geistigen, intellektuellen Lebens, aber auch des politischen und des wirtschaftlichen in ihre Hand gebracht hatte. Und das von diesen Schlüsselstellungen aus die ganze Nation überwachte. Eine Macht, die zugleich aber Einfluss besaß, denjenigen, wenn notwendig sogar mit dem Gesetz zu verfolgen, der es unternahm, sich im Kampf gegen diese Macht anzuschließen und der bereit war, Widerstand dem Vordringen dieser Macht entgegenzusetzen. Das allmächtige Judentum hat uns damals den Krieg angesagt. Und wir haben gearbeitet. Was haben wir geschafft in den Jahren bis 1939? In eben dem Maß wuchs wieder der Neid der gleichen Männer, die damals bereits Deutschland den Krieg überzogen hatten. Die Herrn Churchill begannen sofort wieder zu hetzen. Die Mr. Eden und dann natürlich die Juden an der Spitze, ein Horbeleis und wie sie alle heißen. Sie begannen nun ihre Hetze, Jahr für Jahr. Man sagte allerdings, ja, er rüstet. Ja, das habe ich nun immer getan. Man hat mir früher auch gesagt, warum haben Sie denn dann eine SA, wenn Sie den Frieden wollen? Warum machen Sie sich denn dann eine SS, wenn Sie sowieso nur die Brüderlichkeit wollen? Weil es Leute gibt, die das nicht wollen. Und denen wollte ich zeigen, dass sie auch für den anderen Fall gerüstet sind. Ist das eigene Volk. Und für dieses Volk und um dieses Volk wollen wir ringen und wollen wir kämpfen und niemals erlahmen und niemals ermüden und niemals verzagen und niemals verzweifeln.
So, for the people that are thinking, for example, how could it be that so many people agreed with him? It was because what you see now around you, he basically explained that to the people. Like, they own the media, they are behind the governments, they are having a specific plan, they are working with the Freemasons, Illuminati and Judaism is the same. LGBTQ, they use it as a weapon against us and stuff like this. So now talk. What do you think? Do you agree with this specific speech? Like what the content of it? Or no? Not justifying his actions, but he was onto something. And I think we're dealing with the same situation right now. I think we are dealing with the same situation, yeah. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious that the governments are not real. It's pretty obvious that America is just Jews. Everyone knows it. You know it. There's no denying it anymore. But yeah, you can still, for example, you can still hate him for what you think he has done. But you cannot deny that he is right with what he is saying here. That's the thing. He really figured out how the game works. Yeah, once you realize, okay, this is like basically a theater show. The governments are not legit. All these fucking top tier politicians in America, for example, are pedophiles. They all have been to Epstein Island. They are getting blackmailed with pedophilia. Epstein is Jewish. The media is in fact owned by Jewish people. Then there is only one conclusion you can draw. You just need to look at it. But then there's other people I noticed lately. They say, okay, this is true, but when the Jewish people wouldn't be at the top and wouldn't like basically control humanity, then they would just get replaced with other people. So it's a futile fight, kinda. Someone needs to, I don't know, own humanity like a herd. And I'm like, so you don't wanna attack the problem because you think after that comes a new one. Like, I don't understand that argument. Fura highlight mixtape. Yeah. It's quite interesting. But I would like to know, like, what do they mean? For example, okay, this is true, and yes, the Jews do control the world, and yes, they are doing bad things with it, and yes, we are kind of fucked, but we shouldn't also speak up against it, or maybe speak up against it, but it wouldn't really help if they wouldn't be in the positions of power like they are right now, because then someone else would be in that position, and he would do the same like them. That's so weird. That argument is just stupid. One of a kind Kazuya. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I played today some Kazuya. I got my joints ready a little bit again, but I'm gonna play better tomorrow. Today was the first day. Tomorrow I'm gonna mog. Also today my mom was here, and I was a bit restricted on my movement. I didn't want her to get annoyed. I feel like they don't say exactly what they mean. I think that their biggest concern is that, okay, this situation is true, but it is not all of them. You know, it's not every single one of them. Which I agree. But it is a big chunk of them. Because when you just look at it statistically, okay, you have like 0.2% of the world population running everything around us and not telling us or denying it. They know about it, obviously. It's obvious, everyone knows. Why do you think they are God's chosen people and that we are their cattle and stuff? It's because that's the case. The world is designed that way. It's just a theater show, this politics and stuff. So you are distracted. So then I would ask any intelligent human that says that, yeah, but it's not all of them. Yes, you are right. But how do you think it would work with 0.2% of the human population to hijack with these people every single branch of human endeavor, whether it being history, whether it being politics, whether it being entertainment industry, whether it being the porn industry, whether it being the food industry, be it Pfizer, be it Johnson & Johnson, be it fucking the medical industry, if they wouldn't work together, if they have so many different like viewpoints, it wouldn't work. Because there are not enough people. So therefore, we need to conclude, if we use our brain without emotion now, from an objective standpoint, that most of them do agree with this situation and go towards the same goal. Like a hive mind. Because that makes up the core of their religion. So it's like having sheeps and there's like 8 billion sheeps. And there's 15 million people that oversee the sheeps. And then the ones that oversee the sheeps, they do bad with the sheeps. And some of the intelligent sheeps notice who they are. And they point the finger at them. And then the other sheep, some of them say, yeah, but it's not all of them. Some of them are on our side. But collectively they do this to us. Where is then this like force that goes against the snap plot of their own people? Where is it? How low is the percentage that they can never do anything anyway? How low must it be? If it would be 50-50, the world wouldn't look the way it does now, right now. That's clear. So we are already above 50%. Already above 50%. How many Jews are Zionists? Make the math. 90%. Have you played Who's at the Door? No, I don't know what that is. Less than 50 million, some celestial dragon are used by other cities. I thought you were going to go with the sheeps and wolves analogy. No, the wolves is different, because the wolves don't manage us. The wolves, they just want to eat us. But they want to do both. It's a horror game. No, I didn't play it yet. If it's good, I play it. I had a 6-hour conversation with a Jewish person about this, by the way. And yeah, he argued to me that even though this is now happening, and this like noticing and waking up and whatnot, this happened in history over and over and over again, and then it dims down again. And he argued to me that this time it will be the same. So he was not concerned. And I said, okay, so the past 2000 years, this Hitler shit happens over and over again. And you are sure that it just doesn't happen again? Even though the last time it happened was 100 years ago. 80 years ago. How can you rationalize that in your brain? You take the history of your own people, you look it up for 2000 years, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 250 years ago, 360 years ago, 420 years ago. This kicking out the Jews and the Jewish people are fighting against humanity, this whole anti-Semitism thing happens over and over and over and over again. How can they think it will, after the last time, not happen again? I don't understand it. It just doesn't make sense. I wonder if they are scared. And they just don't wanna admit it. I don't know. I find it weird. It's just an impossible situation. A lot of people don't know this about history. History, when you really know, you find out that humanity always fights against them for some reason. Every few years it happens. Every few years it happens. But What was the difference from the last time to this time? Last time, it would happen like a regional thing or a country thing. So you have either specific regions in a country that would kick them out, and then they would go to the neighboring regions, and after some time get kicked out there too, until they were out of the country. And then neighboring countries. And then there would come a king or something, like a big politician, that invites them back. And then the cycle restarts again. But because of globalization, this noticing and wanting them to stop what they do is global. So that's why, and the ironic part about this is that the globalists are Jewish, and the globalization is a Jewish movement. Interesting, my cam. I look good though. So basically, what I was saying is that globalization is like a Jewish movement, right? And they pushed globalization in order to control the herd more easier. Because when you have like a global mindset, a global things where everyone knows McDonald's, global trends, then you have an archetype of a person and multiple archetypes of a person, and individuality gets lost. Individuality is hard to control. So they need to turn basically this matrix of personalities into zeros and ones instead of zeros, twos, threes, 6, 7s, 8, 9s, 10s, because then they need to have specific programs for those people that are representing that number. But when they turn everyone into zeros and ones, you only have specific archetypes of people. And when you have specific archetypes of people, you can categorize them, and then you can, like mini herds, use them against each other, and that's the definition of divide and conquer. So they give the black people racism, they give the gay people homophobia, they give the trans people transphobia, and so on and so on. It never stops. Then they make like the Christians fight against the Muslims. But they always look from outside. Always. You know, it's written in their book that they are not allowed to own land anyway. It was prohibited for them. Yeah, that's true. But that is speaking of the OG Israel people, like the Israelites. They don't exist anymore. It got replaced by the Talmud. That's the oral Torah. Even the world being a globe was created by Jews. Well, I don't really care about that as long as we can just, as a humanity, wake up and then notice what's going on. Because, bro, it's so toxic when someone asks you who you vote for. That is the worst thing for me when that happens. I hate that so much. Like, they ask you seriously, who do you vote for? Who am I supposed to vote for, bro? At the end of the day, all I get is a Star of David. Who gives a shit who I vote for or who you vote for? Has it ever made a difference? And if it was making a difference, then that person got killed. If there is like, you just have to see in the past from the politicians that went against these people and spoke against them openly, They all got killed. Gaddafi talked about them, he got killed. Saddam got talked about them, he got killed. JFK talked about them, he got killed. And Hitler, you already know, obviously. Yeah. It's all fake anyway, all goes to Jews. Yeah. Princess Diana. Oh, the king of Iran also. I forgot about him. The king of Iran. He also started to say basically, yeah, they own the newspapers, they lie to you, blah blah blah. It is the Jews and stuff. And then he got killed. And then they made his son into a Zionist. And his daughter was forced to marry Israeli. That's the only way you can survive with these people. JFK Jr. Zionist. There's no other way. That was the biggest spit in our face, bro, when the daughter of the king married that Israeli. Lately it happened, by the way, like 6 months ago. And then they take this like propped up prince of Iran. He's really the prince, but he's a Zionist. He sold out. And then they say, yeah, this is the next, this person should be instead of the regime in Iran. Yeah, but it's the same as if you had Netanyahu as the president of Iran. It wouldn't make any difference. No difference. No difference, nothing. Zelensky also, they all, you know, it's a theater show. Anyways, do you have anything to say about the stuff that I just said? Or at least with Netanyahu, you know what you get. Yeah, at least you know, okay, he's a Jewish supremacist, okay. It's to be expected. But they don't advertise Zelensky like that. They don't tell you he's Jewish. They don't tell you that Ukraine is Khazaria. They don't tell you that the flag of Ukraine has the Khazarian tamaga. They don't tell you that the Khazarian tamaga is literally standing for the Holocaust. They don't tell you that. That fucking symbol on the flag of Ukraine symbolizes the word Holocaust. Look into it, it's true. Because in the kingdom of Khazaria, they sacrificed children to Moloch. It's also coincidentally the Moloch sigil. The Khazarian tamaga and the Moloch sigil is one and the same. There's no difference. It's the exact same thing. And the burning of the children in that statue was called Holocaust. It's so annoying. Netanyahu DLC. Oh, today's stream was so fun, man. I swear. I miss doing this. Been a long time. Let me see if there's something that I wanna see, and if not, then I go sleep. What time shall I stream tomorrow? What do you say? Hardcore Ranked. Okay, my camera died again. 5% would comprehend, 95% is lost. I think more people are waking up though. Most people would never believe this information. Yeah, but for those people, they are not worth keeping around. Because if it's not true what I'm saying, you couldn't find out about it, right? But since you can't find out about it, it's just your own choice to not look it up. Anyways, I kiss your heart. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And that's it for today.